All right, let's dive right in. Welcome to this comprehensive explainer designed to help you absolutely crush the latest government schemes for your 2026 competitive exams. Look, whether you're tackling banking, SSC, railway, or UPSC, you already know these updates are literally the make-or-break factor for your final score.
Now, I completely get it. The sheer volume of current affairs out there, it's totally overwhelming. You're probably looking at the daily news wondering, okay, what do I actually need to memorize here? Well, we're going to cut through all that noise right now and focus strictly on what actually matters.
Because the real secret to separating yourself from the pack, it's not passive reading. It's mastering these specific, curated updates pulled straight from the latest national data by ADA 247. Think of this compilation as your ultimate secret weapon.
So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with why tracking these schemes is so crucial. Then move on to the infrastructure and manufacturing boom, followed by empowering citizens and welfare. After that, we'll hit education, tech, and defense, and finally wrap up with mastering those 2026 exams.
Let's kick things off with part one. Why track government schemes in the first place? You know, staying updated on these latest schemes and committees significantly boosts your chances of acing these exams. And why is that? Because this isn't just daily news to skim over. This is literally the exact raw material examiners use to write your test questions. It's an absolute goldmine.
Moving right along to part two, the infrastructure and manufacturing boom. I want you to go ahead and burn this number into your mind, 100. Why? Because the government just unveiled guidelines to build exactly that many world-class industrial parks across India. It's a massive undertaking.
And the engine driving that massive goal is the brand new Bhavya scheme. Announced in May 2026, this is a term you absolutely must have on lock for any questions regarding manufacturing and industrial growth. Seriously, whenever you see a question mentioning 100 industrial parks, your brain should immediately scream, Bhavya.
Okay, now check out this massive figure. 83,977 crore rupees. Make sure you jot that down. Competitive exams are notoriously tricky for asking about exact budgetary outlays, so the golden rule here? Don't just memorize the policy, you've got to memorize the price tag too.
So, what's that massive 83,977 crore budget actually doing? It's fueling rural connectivity by officially extending the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana Phase 3 all the way to 2028. Definitely circle that year in your notes because it's a highly probable multiple choice trap.
Now, let's talk exporter support. If you get a question on this, you have to remember a critical distinction between two key initiatives. India expanded the relief scheme specifically to counter West Asia tensions, but the Ministry of Textiles extended the ROSE TCL scheme to tackle broader global uncertainty. You've got to keep those specific geopolitical triggers distinct in your head.
All right, let's shift gears to part three, empowering citizens and welfare.
Here's a pro tip. Anniversaries are absolute prime exam fodder. You need to lock in the fact that both the PM Mudra Yojana, which supports small and micro entrepreneurs, and the 3 Jan Suraksha insurance schemes just hit their 11-year mark. Examiners love, and I mean love, testing scheme lifespans.
Okay, let's do a rapid-fire rundown of some vital regional and demographic updates. Boom. First up, the new PM internship scheme for 2026 is officially launched, offering stipends and financial backing for the youth. Down at the state level, the Annapurna Bandar scheme is emerging as a critical lifeline for women in West Bengal. And lastly, in the banking sector, the Karnataka Gramina Bank just snagged a major PFRDA award for their exceptional performance with the Atal Pension Yojana.
Next up is part four, where we dive into education, tech, and defense. So, when you inevitably see AICTEA Vani 3.0 pop up on your test paper, please don't let the acronym intimidate you. Just immediately associate it with its core mission, strengthening the use of Indian languages in higher education. It's an April 2026 scheme, so keep that timeline in mind too. You know, examiners go crazy for science breakthroughs, right? So let's mentally bookmark these major leaps. Out in space, an Indian scientist just discovered the ancient Loktak protocluster. In the medical field, we've got Clear technology, developed specifically for precision medicine protein imaging. On the energy front, Adani Green just commissioned the massive Kavda battery storage project. Oh, and don't forget the newly launched Semiconductor Investors Support Portal. That's a lot of tech packed into one update.
And speaking of tech, there's a pretty fascinating duality happening with AI strategies right now. On one hand, India is intensifying cybersecurity checks to manage the risks of advanced civilian AI systems.
But simultaneously, the Indian Army is completely pushing the envelope by launching the Kautilya and Q-Force platforms, designed specifically for AI-driven warfare. It's a real dual-track strategy, balancing safety with cutting-edge defense.
Finally, we've arrived at Part 5, Mastering the 2026 Exams. Let's bring it all together.
Now, visualizing these milestones chronologically is the best way to anchor them in your mind. Just look at how it flows. We start with the April 2026 extensions of the Raw CSTL and the PM Gram Sadak Yojana. That rolls right into the May 2026 announcements, like the Bhavya scheme and those 100 industrial parks. Zooming out to the broader 2026 goals, India is targeting an ambitious free trade agreement with Canada. And looking further down the road, 2018 is the new finish line for the PM Gram Sadak Yojana Phase 3.
Okay, let's do a quick memory check. You've reviewed the data. Which rural infrastructure scheme just received that massive 83,977 crore rupee boost? That's right, it's the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana Phase 3. But taking a step back from just memorizing the numbers, ask yourself this. How will this unbelievable push for rural connectivity, combined with advanced military AI and 100 brand new industrial parks, completely reshape India's global standing by 2028? It's kind of like a giant puzzle coming together. Keep connecting those dots, keep studying hard, and we'll see you in the next explainer.